Okay, now, I look
There was a bunch of us.
That I'm aware of.
This is a very pretty yard.
Well,
A lot of work.
this will be the biggest event we've hosted back here.
Today and then tomorrow and Sunday.
Good to see you, Steve.
How are you? Thank you. Well, it's good to be back. Thank you.
You want to make your elevator speech?
Elevator speech. Sure. You know, it's great to be back in Clinton County, and this is a parade I've been in many times, but it got a great reception today and met a lot of people, and I'm looking forward to getting back in office and straightening out the state finances and putting us back on track for growth and opportunity in the future.
Speaking of getting back in office, I hope we can get Highway 30 4-lane
Yes,
all the
sir.
way across
Yes, sir.
Iowa.
No, that's another project we need to get
Having
done.
said that, I bet Edith has mentioned that.
Yes, I'm very keenly aware of that one. So that's one of the projects we need to finish is well, Highway 30 and Highway 20. We've done a lot. Avenue of the Saints.
We'd like to thank you all for showing up and for such a great cause. And it's my real pleasure and honor to be able to introduce to you our next governor of Iowa, Governor Terry Branstad.
Randy, thank you very much for that very nice introduction. Thank you, and Donette for hosting this. This is a beautiful setting. It's a great place to be. I've been at the parade here in Clinton many years over in the past. It's great to be back, and I really enjoyed it. Great to have you back. And thank you very much. And I want you to know I'm very excited about our opportunity for Republicans in the year 2010. We have the strongest group of candidates we've had in modern history. That is true for the legislature, and it's true for the state offices. You've got a couple of great candidates right here, and a couple of open seats. Andrew Nave, who's running for the state senate. He's obviously the tallest candidate we've got. And he'll stand out in the crowd. We need him in the state senate. So I told you the long of it, and the short of it is Dave Rose is a candidate for the House. But I'll tell you, he's got a lot of energy, and he'll represent you very well in the House. And we need both of them in the Iowa legislature. So do what you can. I also am really proud to be here with a couple of our other state candidates. Dave Jamison, who is the Story County Treasurer, is running for state treasurer. And Dave is really focusing on the fiscal issues and replacing a guy that's been there way too long, who has really mismanaged our state finances, and that is Fitzgerald is the state auditor. So, I mean, the state treasurer. We do it. And you know, Iowa is really fortunate. We have a state auditor who's a CPA, and he has been the strongest advocate for fiscal responsibility in the state. And over the next couple of months, David Vaught and I are going to travel all over the state to what we're going to say, it's going to be our tour to focus on restoring honest budgeting in Iowa. David Vaught is doing a great job as a state auditor. I'm looking forward to joining him. In fact, if our present governor had just listened to him, we wouldn't be in the fiscal mess we are today. When I get to be governor, we're going to put together a 5-year strategic budget plan. We're going to insist on a 2-year biennial budget, And if any bill violates the spending limitations, the 99% spending limit that we put in place back in 1992, I will veto it. The present governor has let the legislature do it 133 times in the last 4 years. That's why we're in the mess we're in today. We can't afford to continue to do that. I would also say, I want to talk about the other statewide candidates that aren't here. We have an outstanding candidate for Attorney General in Iowa, and her name is Brenna Findley. She is 34 years old. That's how old the present Attorney General was when he was elected. And he's been there since 1978 with the exception of 4 years. And our present Attorney General has not represented the taxpayers of Iowa, refuses to challenge the Obamacare at the national level, along with 20 other states. Brenda Findley will change that. We need her as our next Attorney General. She would do a great job. We have a young man from Council Bluffs running for Secretary of State, and he too is an outstanding candidate. And his name is Matt Schultz. He's a lawyer, he's a city council member, and he will also see that we have honest elections and verify that the people that go to vote are valid residents of Iowa. If they want to vote on election day and they don't have proof, they're going to have to vote a provisional ballot so we can verify that they are who they say they are and that they haven't voted twice. That's the kind of leadership we need in the Secretary of State's office, and Matt Schultz will do that. And you all know we got a great Secretary of Agriculture who's a farmer and really is a great advocate for agriculture, which is such an important part of Iowa, and that's Bill Northern. And that is the strongest statewide ticket I think we've ever had. I just recently had the honor of choosing the person that I think will be the next Lieutenant Governor of Iowa, and she is presently a state senator. Her name is Kim Reynolds. She was a county treasurer in Clark County for 14 years. She's been in the state senate for 2 years. She's at another parade in Sioux City tonight. That's why she's not with me. And she's going to 6 parades, and I'm going to 8 parades in the next 3 days. So we are working together as a team, and I can tell you that you'll be impressed, as I am. She's got a great work ethic. She's got a great, she's very intelligent, hardworking, and I think a very dynamic person that will be a great Lieutenant Governor for the state of Iowa. And I guarantee you that you will see her in Clinton County before this election's over. I also want to acknowledge this young man that carried every county in this 1st Congressional District in the primary, who's running for Congress, Ben Lang. Ben and I both carried every county in this Congressional District, and I want to say Republicans have been losing in eastern Iowa in the recent elections. We're going to change that. And I want to say thank you, Clinton County, because in the primary, we got over 70% of the vote. That was outstanding and one of our best counties in the state. I won't forget it. I want you to know I appreciate it, and that's why we're going to continue to work hard, because we want to lead this whole team to victory in November. Our present governor is running some nasty, false attack ads about my record. I think it's kind of interesting. He's got to go back and dig in the archives. I was so open and honest as governor, we kept every note and everything's in the archives of 16 years. But he's going back, digging back to the 1984 to try to find some note that a secretary wrote on a telephone call that somebody made to the governor's office as if this is something wrong or illegal. This is a guy that doesn't hold budget hearings, that has presided over, first of all, the squandering of money when he was Secretary of State that was supposed to go for election laws that now the federal government is demanding be repaid. The film office fiasco, the pay-for-play scandal that's going on now with the Racing and Gaming Commission, where he insisted they should add 4 more licenses. We already have 17 in the state, and it turns out that Peninsula Gaming gave $25,000 to a couple gambling promoters from Fort Dodge, who then gave it to Culver's campaign. The DCI and a special prosecutor have been appointed to investigate that. You've got the paper today, and the auditor could probably give you more details on what's going on in the Liquor Commission. And you've got the deal with the Department of Aging, where they gagged the long-term care ombudsman